Okay, so if you've been watching my channel for a while, you'll probably know that Roblox bans people for some pretty stupid reasons. Now, don't get me wrong, they do punish people who deserve the punishments, that kind of stuff, but they also are known for punishing people for some pretty benign things that they probably shouldn't be really punishing people for, or at least not as harshly as they already are. Now, I'm not going to talk necessarily about specific incidents too much. Instead, I'm going to be explaining the different types of bans that Roblox dishes out to people, ranging from just in-game bans, which aren't really dished out by Roblox, but by admins in the games, all the way up to probably the harshest ban, Error 0x1. So yeah, uh, this is this is gonna be a video where I just explain like how things how like basically I'm gonna explain like all the different types of bans. Don't know why my brain wouldn't process that sentence, but still. Anyway, let's get into it. But before we get into it, be sure to like and subscribe, or that spider will break into your house tonight and eat all your mayonnaise. You wouldn't want that, would you? Okay, well, anyway, let's get on to the actual video. Okay, so we're starting off with the in game ban. Basically, it's a ban that's carried out by, an admin in a game, often using a command script. Basically, when you're banned from a game this way, you'll receive an error code 267, along with the reason if specified, though it only applies to that specific game. There's four types of this type of ban. Notably, getting kicked from a game, where you're pretty much removed by an admin, but you can still rejoin the server. Then there's the server ban, where you're banned from the server by an admin, and you can still visit other servers, but you can't visit the one that you were banned from. Then we have the temporary ban, where the player is banned completely from the game for a set period of time. Then we have the permanent ban, where a player is banned from the entire game, permanently. They can never join on that account again unless an admin decides to forgive them. Now, this is usually reserved for just people who are repeat offenders. And honestly, I feel like that should be what it's reserved for. Though of course there are a lot of groups and admins and stuff who abuse their power and will actively ban people. And of course then there's those groups like Nova Hotels who sell game passes that they punish you, that they permanently ban you if you use, like for literally anything. Yeah, seriously. I mean, they even banned Flamingo, and yet if I remember correctly, I think they might even still use him in their advertisements, even though they literally banned him on his main account. Like, why? Okay, well, granted, he was abusing admin commands, but you'd think they would at least know who Flamingo is, and that's pretty much what he would do. I don't know. I'm going off on a tangent. Let's just go to the next type of ban. Next up, we have the warning. Now, pretty much a lot of people have probably gotten warnings before. I mean, I have before, and they're usually not too big of a deal. Uh, Basically, they're used as a message to warn people that they have broken a rule and remind them that if they do it again, they will ban your account, and players won't be able to. And the thing is, if you get a warning, you won't be able to access the site until they agree to the terms of service. Yeah. The thing is, before Roblox stopped issuing reminders, which is pretty much basically a reminder was something where they would uh, pretty much remind players to follow the rules, but they wouldn't there was no account suspension or anything. Yeah, yeah. The thing is, they were discontinued in late 2016 and replaced by warnings. Now, anyway, the thing is, like, before Roblox stopped issuing reminders, warnings occurred for slightly more serious violations of Roblox's TOS, or repeated reminders. So, yeah. Though, as of 2016 or 2017, this had pretty much replaced reminders. So, the reminder offenses merged with the warning offenses. And it also should be noted that warnings are not considered moderation actions and do not impact a user account's standing. Since reminders are no longer an issue, they are now pretty much just notices of content removal. Like if you upload something that violates, that pretty much gets a copyright takedown, or if you upload an image that Roblox doesn't like. Yeah, they're also often given to players with other minor TOS violations. Now, and also if you're if you're on the Roblox website and get a warning at the same time, the advertisements will actually be showing a warning screen. So, yeah. It's pretty interesting how that happens. So, yeah, basically warnings. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that if you're if you're actively in a game when you get a warning, you pretty much will get kicked out of the game. So, yeah, be careful. Anyway, let's move on to the next ban. Next up, we have the 1-day ban, where you're pretty much not allowed to play Roblox for exactly 24 hours. It's mainly reserved for moderate or moderate high violations like profanity. Now, yeah, for example, I don't know, or even sometimes if you use like a mild exploit, it'll sometimes happen as well. The thing is, this is usually probably the mildest ban that's actually a ban. Like, for example, if you don't have to worry about I don't know, losing any of your daily streaks if you already got it that day. But like but the thing is if you didn't get it that day, well then you're probably going to lose your streak. I don't know. Basically it's one of the more mild bans. So yeah. Anyway, next ban. Next up, we have the 3-day ban. Now, of course, in a way, pretty much everyone got banned for 3 days anyway because of the, Roblox being down for 3 days. But in all seriousness, as this suggests, your account is banned you can't play Roblox on that account for 72 hours. Now, as for what will get you a 3-day ban, basically doing things like sometimes harassing people will get you it. Uploading things like Ugandan Knuckles will end up getting you banned for 3 days. So, yeah. Or sometimes talking about inappropriate topics. Yeah. I don't know. Basically, thing is, it's for slightly more serious things than a 1-day ban. Although, the thing is, people often will also get banned for 3 days for trying to trust trade scam, though since Roblox moderators don't know context, the thing is even if you just say the words trust trade and aren't scamming, for example, if you're warning people not to trust trade, then you could end up still getting banned for 3 days, which is why I haven't been on my adopt me scammer hunting grind, because oftentimes I have to warn players not to trust trade, and I don't want to end up risking getting my account banned for 3 days just for saying the word trust trade, especially since Roblox appeals is absolute trash and they don't actually read what you put into it. It's either a bot or a very lazy, apathetic appeals team. I don't know. Anyway, next ban. Next up, we have the 1-week ban. Now, I've been the victim of this before. Basically, there are a few things that'll get you. Basically, you can't play Roblox for 7 days. Also, So in other words, 1 week or 168 hours. Yeah. Basically they'll end up banning you for this if they think you're being discriminatory. Like, even if you aren't necessarily being discriminatory. Like, for example, if you say the word gay, because once again, Roblox moderators don't understand context, and they'll think that you're trying to insult someone, even if you're... And they've even banned people for coming out as gay. Like, I mean, like, really. Seriously. Really need to get these moderators, like, an English to whatever language these people speak dictionary or something. I don't know. Now, other things that you could get banned for is like is getting too many warnings. If you if you get warned and then continue to do what you got warned for, you could get banned for 7 days, and the moderator note will end up saying, "This is your last warning before we delete your account, and before your account is permanently deleted, and you are not welcome on Roblox." Yeah, or sometimes you could even get banned for a week if you impersonate an admin. So yeah, basically just don't do any of those things and you'll be fine. Actually, and of course that means like try to avoid saying the word gay, because once again, Roblox moderators don't understand context and they'll ban you pretty much no matter like what the context of it is. So yeah, probably best not to say it. Anyway, next ban. Okay, so next up is the permanent ban, also known as account deletion or account termination. Basically, the thing is, it's pretty much where your account is permanently banned from Roblox. And after 30 days have passed, the terminated account is deleted, so you can't even see what the account was. Basically, users who attempt to view a terminated player's profile will receive an error page. Now, as for what can get you permanently banned, basically serious or repeated violations of Roblox's TOS and or violations of federal law will immediately result in your account being deleted. And friends of a terminated user will see a darker square that is not clickable on their friends page as opposed to the lighter squares. And these users can be unfriended without going to their profiles. Though moderators are hesitant to give away account deletions as a punishment, well, or at least you'd think they would. I mean, they banned some people permanently for some stupid reasons. Thing is, if the account is new, has no value, and is ultimately a throwaway account, especially if it was created specifically to violate the rules, they will be hastier to delete it. So, yeah. An account deletion will also be given if asked by the owner of the account with the moderation note, and it will say, "Your account has been deleted as per your request. Thank you for being a part of the Roblox community." Now, this feature was removed, though, because people would impersonate owners of different accounts and write fake requests for account deletion. So, yeah. The only way for an account owner to delete their Roblox account is to contact Roblox and submit a right of erasure or right to be forgotten request. So, yeah. Now, they used to make it so a terminated account's username is changed to content deleted, followed by like a random string of numbers. Though this is no longer the case, even if an account has an inappropriate username. So yeah, they should probably re-add that just for the ones who are banned for being inappropriate. But still, anyway, yeah, there's been a lot of things about this. Now, you might think that you can't really get much worse than an account deletion, but trust me, you can. And I'm going to explain how in just a second. Okay, so it's been a second, so now I'm going to explain the poison ban. Now, this is pretty much also known as the partial IP ban. Basically, the thing is, Now the unique thing about Roblox is that even if you get banned on one account, they might not necessarily ban your other accounts, or they might not ban new accounts that you make. So, yeah. Because oftentimes they might consider that you just losing all your progress and everything on your original account is punishment enough. Of course, there's some exceptions to this, but this can become an issue if the person in question continues to break the rules on their other accounts. Basically, with the poison ban, the player's account and other accounts associated with the player's IP address are deleted, and you're unable to create new accounts on that IP address. This can happen if a user severely violates the TOS or federal law, especially on multiple accounts. And unlike an IP ban, poisoned users are allowed to enter the website and log into an account that's not linked to their IP address. Poison bans, however, are pretty rare, and they usually will either last a year or they can potentially be permanent. It kind of depends. So, yeah. Once again, be careful and make sure to follow the Roblox TOS. Anyway, that was only a partial IP ban. Next up, I'm going to talk about the permanent IP ban. Or wait, no, actually, it's not really permanent. Dang it, I mixed them up. Basically, this is the 1 week IP ban. Basically, if someone severely violates the TOS or federal law, pretty much all players on the IP address are blocked for a week. And you can't even access Roblox's website. Like, you'll see a 403 error when trying to access it. Yeah, and if you use a VPN or change your IP address in order to access your terminated account or create a new account and you're caught, the IP address is added to a list of banned IPs linked with the original one. Of course, this can cause mistakes because anyone who logs in with that banned IP will get banned. Meaning that's an easy way to get a user banned, and if you got banned on VPN, other unlucky people that the same IP could also get banned. So, yeah. That's kind of scary, especially like if you're like a streamer and you have to like use a VPN anyway to avoid getting like leaking your IP and potentially getting DDoSed. I know because it happened to Creekcraft recently, where he leaked his IP, and then some Yahoo in his stream decided to issue a distributed denial of service attack on him, which literally took down his internet. Seriously, people, don't do that. It's just, I mean, if you don't like his stream, just don't watch. You don't need to take it down. Anyway, time for the next ban. The Invalid Credentials Ban, also known as the Permanent IP Ban. Now, this is one of the most powerful bans this is actually the most powerful ban a user can receive. Basically, anyone on your IP address is permanently banned from accessing Roblox's website. It's received when a user severely violates federal law. And also the similar to like 403 forbidden, the IP address requires authentication and has failed or not yet provided to access the Roblox web service, which redirects to a code 401 error. Yeah. Basically, like, if you try to go on Roblox's website and you get, like, an error that says, like, HTTP error 401, that means you've been permanently IP banned. So, yeah. You aren't going to be playing Roblox again, at least on that IP address. So, yeah. Now, of course, at the beginning of the video, I mentioned another ban called Error 0x1. As for what that one is, that is a MAC address ban. Now, for those of you who don't know, a MAC address is pretty much It's pretty much a like little number, like a hexadecimal like number thing that is assigned to your device, like say your computer, your phone, your tablet. Uh, Basically, that has a MAC address, and of course, this is used in networking. I should know I have taken quite a few college classes on networking, and I'm actually taking a couple right now about it. Basically, it's the Error 0x1 ban was a ban that was given out. Well, it was mainly given out sometime in 2012 to 2014, although although they still do give it out to certain people. Uh, like for example, Ruben Sim, like he actually got Mac banned. Basically, yeah, basically the duration of this ban is unknown, and it's mainly given to players who uploaded adult content to the site, and it prevents players from playing games and from publishing in Roblox Studio, though other services are left intact. Basically, like, if you're on that device, it will not allow you to play Roblox on it. Yeah. Initially, now it's called the Error 0x1 ban it would say because it used to say when trying to start Roblox, Roblox cannot start up, user code is 0x1. Though nowadays, instead, it closes Roblox immediately after opening, though this only happens on the Windows version. Any other version of Roblox, including the Microsoft Store and the beta app version, do not have this type of ban. Now, this doesn't affect accounts, though. So it's not necessarily a ban on your account as much as it is a ban on your specific computer. Despite this, to cover their bases with the whole Ruben Sim thing, they also banned his main account. Or actually, I think every account he owns. I don't know. They really hate that guy over at Roblox. In fact, in order to play now, he has to use a virtual machine. Because the thing is, virtual machines have their own separate MAC addresses. Even though it's on a computer with a different MAC address. I don't know. It's basically a computer within a computer. Just don't question it and you'll be fine. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video of me explaining all the different types of bans on Roblox. If you did, please be sure to leave a like, and if you really, really enjoyed it, please consider subscribing, joining my Roblox group, and following my Twitter. Links to those in the description down below. And I'm also going to be, of course, citing my sources for all the information that I've given today. And, well, there are quite a few Roblox wiki pages, so yeah. So if you want to do some further reading, well, you can do that on the Roblox wiki. But I'm still going to cite my sources because, well, yeah. Being in college, I know very well that that is important. Anyway, till next time, take care and have a good one.